going to give you a rundown of why you're here. For example, you've got this line over here. So this line, it's a trench. It used to be a line of grass. It goes directly to the entrance of the museum. Can you see that?
Yeah.
But when you look back across the road, it connects with the first tree that the eye catches up until the last tree that's planted right at the stop sign at the corner of Vilagazi and Muyama Street. So that's the exact location where the confrontation and the shooting of Hector Pieterson happened. So we were told that it was a cold winter morning. It was on a Wednesday, where about 500 students gathered 7 or so kilometers away from this site. And the initial plan for the students was to go meet at Orlando Stadium, have a rally, and draft a memorandum against Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Because the language itself, it was developed around 1870. It became an official language here in South Africa in 1925. About 80% Dutch. Teachers didn't get any training to teach in the language. And to make it worse, when the students used it to write their final exams at the end of 1975, over 90% of them, they failed dismally across the country. Because if you speak to someone in a foreign language, you'd be speaking to their mind, but if you speak to them in their mother tongue, you'd be speaking to their heart. That was once said by Nelson Mandela. So the students made a pact that no one should tell their parents that they're going to be marching on the day, because no parent would have allowed their kids to go to school. Remember, the parents have been experiencing the brutality of the regime since 1948. So the students were collecting each other, passing other secondary schools and high schools. When they got to this corner, they turned right, they proceeded to go in that direction. Reason being, they wanted to go past a school by the name of Fefeni Senior Secondary School. You are going to see the school, it's about a stone throw away from Nelson Mandela's house. That was the first school here in Soweto to say to hell with Afrikaans. And it is said by the time the students had reached the corner, their number exceeded well over 15,000, because even the young ones ended up joining in the protest. Unfortunately, they were confronted by 300 policemen. One of those policemen drew a line on the street, telling the students that they are not allowed to pass the line. They've got a license to shoot to kill. But they were still addressing them in Afrikaans, so the students continued to do it. And majority of the songs that they were singing, they were illegal songs. One of those songs was Kosi Sigeleli Africa. I'd actually sing the whole song for you, but I don't want to burst your eardrums. You can clearly I'm not a very good singer. So today the song we sing it as part of the national anthem, means God bless Africa. I personally fail to understand how that can be offensive, because the policemen fired tear gas, but the wind was blowing against the police. The gas affecting them more, they panicked and sent out their police dogs. And students didn't have weapons, so to protect themselves, that's when they picked up stones. They killed one of those dogs. They threw it in front of the policemen. One of them said, "Officer down," clearly meaning that the life of a dog had much more value than the life of a black child. So the first 5 shots that were shot directly at students, one of those bullets, they hit, they hit the young man that you see being carried on the picture.
Oh.
That was Hector Pieterson. He was 13 years of age. He was not supposed to be there. The reason that he was there was because regularly he used to knock off earlier. He would wait for his sister, Antoinette Tutole. She just turned 65 on the 28th of June. She used to work here at the museum, but from time to time, she comes around here. She does live private testimonies. And if you can notice, the young man that's carrying Hector Pieterson, he's not wearing any school uniform. So that means he was not part of the protest. He was a total stranger at the age of 19 years, coming to visit his mother just on the other side of the museum. But by trying to save Hector Pieterson's life, that got him into a lot of trouble. Because when the security branch police saw that picture, he became one of the most wanted boys here in Soweto. I don't know what would have been the charge if they actually caught him, because 6 days later, he ran away to Botswana. He then got a scholarship from the PAC. That's when he went on to go study in Nigeria. After 2 years in 1978, he wrote a letter to inform his mother that he is still alive and he is studying. Unfortunately, that was the last time anyone ever heard from him. That's why we say his name is or was Mbuisa Maku. Then across the road on the sidewalks, there's red paint on the ground, but it's fading off. So that would be the blood that was shed in this area. 34 students were shot and killed on the 16th of June. After 2 days, more than 180 school children lost their lives. And then on the third day, one of the student leaders, Nzima Shinini, went to a mortuary to go look for the missing bodies. He said when he got there, there were stacks of dead bodies scattered all over the ground. One person was still alive. Then the white policeman made a joke, saying that look at black power is rising from the dead. And he had a gunshot shortly afterwards. He even said they were putting stickers with numbers on the foreheads of the dead bodies. The highest number that he saw on the third day was 353. So you can imagine other places, because the Soweto Uprising continued for 2 years. In that 2-year period here in Soweto, no normal schooling, more than 600 school children were killed, about 140 were under the age of 14 years. And then you've also got this wall that's behind you or in front of me. So this wall is called the wall of emptiness or the wall of the void, because there's a lot of information that we still don't know. So the gaps, the passages are not just here for us to come in and out. Those would be the untold stories, the missing information, the unsung heroes and heroines, and some of the bodies that were never recovered. The difference in terms of the height, those would be the different age gaps. The shortest one, the youngest that lost their lives, was an 8-year-old girl. Her name was Ilimiti. And the stone that they used to build the wall is called a slate stone. It used to be used as a form of an exercise book, here to symbolize education, but also stacked up together. That would be the unity, the strength, and the solidarity amongst the students. We also got that water next to the picture. Those would be the tears that were shed, continuously flowing because of the thousands of families, people including me and you, who are still affected. The water passes through the gaps, reaching that other side. That would be to wash away the blood that was spilled in this area. We also got that bridge over there, meaning that it's water under the bridge as you are moving forward into a different era. Inside the water, you've got the rocks. Those would be the only weapons that the students had to use once the march became a violent protest. And then in conclusion, I'm not sure if you are familiar with trees, but if I take out the branch of that tree and give each one to you, I'll be saying these are called to us. These are called wild, dry African olive trees. An extension of an olive branch is an extension of peace. Nelson Mandela suggested that they should be planted here so that we can forgive but never forget. So if you're going to be staying over for 2 hours or more, we're going to take a walk towards Mandela's house, and there's different activities also on that other side. Got enough time if you want to visit the museum. There's an entrance fee. There's also the market. There's a coffee shop if you want to grab something. The next stop is Mandela's house if you're hopping on. I appreciate you for taking your time and giving me an opportunity to share the history and heritage with you.
Thank you.
I don't charge visitors. I accept any form of gratitude or any tip, but it's not an obligation in any way. Thank you very, very much for your time.
All right.
So, let's go to the picture. On the picture, let's see, the Hector Pieterson in that video, or
Yeah?
So that's the boy.
Yeah? Money. Yeah.
Bambi.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This is lovely. Okay, right, I'm coming back.
Listen to me talking to you, Luganda. I was going to say, do you want a picture with Hector? Okay. I was literally asking you. I would love to pay for that.
Yeah, it's
Because
not
I don't think there is much to see.
Plus, he's already told us
Everything. So this is what's his name? Hector who? Hector somebody's museum. He died. He was the first person to die. Oh no, yeah, when they shot him, Hector Pieterson, yeah, I've seen it over there. When they shot him, all hell broke loose. Everybody got their rocks and the uprising began. Oh yeah, Hector, let's see. Just a second. Hector Pieterson. Yeah. Let's see over there. Hector Pieterson Museum. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the market.
get a photo of this.
Of this? Okay. Okay. Whoa. I was bouncy.